for the love of God, do not get a Kia.
Oh, okay. $50,000 gets you the base model, but $60,000 gets you a heated steering wheel. Fuck you.
I feel like buying a Tesla is a scam. Let me tell you why.
America's failing, and this proves it.
Watch car owners completely lose it, and after seeing this, you'll understand why they're done. A Kia EV9 that went from 300 miles range to 100 miles on a full charge. Dealer's fix was, there'll be an over-the-air update. A Chevy Traverse in the shop for the 4th time in under 6 months. A performance truck that blew coolant driving on sand. And a Honda that simply stopped having gears while driving down the road. Bell subscribe, because the dealership definitely won't tell you any of this.
For those who are using Norway as a great example of EV success, you conveniently forget to mention that EVs are pushed by the government in Norway heavily. Gas cars have been practically banned with high taxes and high cost of ownership. EVs have been made cheaper artificially by government. I could also, by that example, using that example or that principle, I can make you all go on a bicycle. If I make car ownership so expensive, like 10 times or 100 times more expensive than what it is now, but then I sell you these bicycles, everybody's going to switch to bicycles. Doesn't mean it's a better product. It just means it's pushed and forced by government. And also, the public transportation in Europe and Nordic countries is much better than United States. So you can get away without having a car at all. So it's easier for them to push the EVs over there. And also they have much more compliant population. However, we Americans, we don't stand for that. We hate it when we're told what to buy and what to do. We don't want it. So we're going to save the rest of the world once this EV craze is over, and it's pretty much over. We're going to save you all. Again, you're welcome, world.
Every EV argument eventually lands on Norway, and the response here is the one nobody wants to say out loud. Norway didn't choose EV. Norway was priced out of everything else. Gas cars taxed so heavily they became unaffordable. EVs subsidized until they look cheaper. That's not consumer preference. That's a government making one option impossible and calling the other one popular. He said it simply, if you make bicycles the only affordable option, everyone rides bicycles. Doesn't mean the bicycle one. Americans aren't buying EVs at the rate the government projected. That's not a coincidence. That's an answer. 213 to 410. Real performance truck broke down 150 kilometers from nearest town. Blew coolant on sand driving. Tow quoted $1,000. Found one for $500. Sun setting. Tide coming in. Truck built for this. Can't handle sand. Commentary. Built for off-road. Broke on sand. Not rock. Not mud. Sand. 150 kilometers from the nearest town. Sun going down. Tide coming in. Tow truck quoting $1,000 to go 20 miles. He said it looking at his truck on the back of a rollback. You spend all this money for a performance truck and it blows coolant on sand. The marketing for these trucks shows them conquering mountains and crossing rivers. The reality is a coolant line splitting on a beach while the tide comes in and the tow bill climbs. 429 to 550. Real Honda just got wrapped. Everything perfect. Driving normally. Felt vibration. Then no gears at all. Car sounds fine. Acts normal. Just won't drive. Dad came to push it home. Chevy Traverse. Transmission leak. 4th time in shop, less than 6 months owned, already spent a month in the shop. Commentary. No warning, no noise, no snap, just vibration, and then no gears. Car sounds completely normal. Everything looks fine. It just won't move. And the Chevy Traverse owner said the thing that hits hardest, she's dumbfounded. Not angry, dumbfounded, because she's past anger at this point. 4th time in the shop, less than 6 months, already spent a month of ownership without the car. A brand new vehicle. 1 month of her first 6 months at the dealership, not being driven, being repaired. That's not ownership. That's a waiting room with monthly payment. 607 to 1016. Real Kia EV9. Perfect until January. Stop charging at 65%. Battery management light. Dealership said fixed. Range dropped from 300 miles to 100 miles on full charge. Home charger finishing in 5 hours instead of 12. Impossible. Dealership's fix. Over-the-air update coming. He used to work in cell phones. Knows that's a BS excuse. Commentary. 300 100 miles range down to 100 on a full charge. Not winter cold, not battery degradation over years. 6 months of ownership. He unplugged the 12-volt battery to reset the app. Car came back at 100% charge. He checked the screen. It said if you charge to 100%, 339 miles range available. The battery wasn't charging properly, wasn't displaying properly, and the dealership's diagnosis after 2 visits, there'll be an over-the-air update. He worked in cell phones. He knows exactly what that means. That's what you say when you can't fix something and you need the customer to leave happy. Kia America, when called, said they can't tell the service department what to do, so the manufacturer of the car cannot give instructions to the people fixing the car. He ended with the most important advice in the whole video. Before you buy any car, especially a Kia EV, go to the forum, go to the Facebook group, go to Reddit, because the people already in this situation are telling you exactly what's coming. 1016 to 1314. Real Kia EV9 battery pack issues widespread. Instrument cluster going black. People waiting month for repair. Lemon buybacks happening because dealers can't fix it. Kia America says they can't tell service what to do. When buying, all family, great service. When problem happens, on your own. Commentary. Instrument clusters going black while driving. Battery pack failing. Months waiting for part. Lemon law buyback because the fix doesn't exist yet. And Kia America's official position: we can't tell the service department what to do. Think about that for 1 second. You bought the car from Kia. You have a problem with the car. You call Kia. Kia says they have no authority over the people responsible for fixing it. When you walk in to buy, your family, they'll take care of you. Best service. Great team. When you walk in with a problem, suddenly nobody knows anything and nobody can tell anybody anything. He said what everyone in this situation eventually figures out: do your due diligence before you buy, because once they have your money, the family reunion is over. Subscribe if you want to keep watching, and tell me in the comment, have you had a Kia or EV experience like this? Because based on this video, the comment section is about to be very honest.
Well, this isn't good. We're about 150 kilometers from the closest town. Listen to this sound.
Well, iThrottle scan tool says cylinder 4 balance, which doesn't seem good.
The tow before they even got here, and that raised red flags, obviously, so we didn't do that. Called another guy. They wanted like over $1,000 to get it towed back to the house, which was like 20 miles. Found another place and they quoted about 500, so now we're waiting on them, and fingers crossed they come, because as you can see, the sun is setting and the tide is coming up. So not ideal. Not an ideal situation.
I'm hoping we can put the hose in there and we see where it's coming from, and maybe it's just like, oh, it's just a line that's split. Come on, man. Doing well. Gonna go get the rollback, which is honestly fire. Such a bummer, man. The frustrating thing is you spend all this money for like a performance truck, and I'm ripping on sand and it blows coolant. Something blew. I don't know. We're gonna get the hose when we get back to the house, stuff it in there, and hopefully it's like a leak that we can just tear apart, go get a new tube. I'm hoping it's just a coolant line that's split.
Yeah.
And it just dumped. I mean, we can definitely fix that.
I would give you a price.
Yeah. Buy a truck that's supposed to be built for this shit. Can't even handle some sand driving. What a joke. Such a sad sight, man. Didn't get to see her horses either.
Got a pretty sunset though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You just gotta make it back with yours.
Built for off-road, broke on sand, not rock, not mud, sand, 150 kilometers from the nearest town, sun going down, tide coming in, tow truck quoting $1,000 to go 20 miles. He said it looking at his truck on the back of a rollback. You spend all this money for a performance truck and it blows coolant on sand. The marketing for these trucks shows them conquering mountains and crossing rivers. The reality is a coolant line splitting on a beach while the tide comes in and the tow bill climbs.
So I have no idea what just happened to my Honda.
So this car has been normal
I just got it wrapped. It's good and everything is perfect. And I was just driving, started feeling vibration in the front of the car, and then bam, no more gears on this car. I didn't hear like a snap or anything crazy. Car still sounds good. Everything acts normal. It's just anytime I put it into any drive mode, the car does not drive. Luckily, I was right around the corner from my house, so my dad walked over here to help me push the car back, but I don't know. Let's do this. We gotta push it back, I guess. It's in neutral right now, but let me show you guys what I'm working with. If I sit in the car, put it into the drive mode right now. Nothing. Nothing. Last thing I'm hoping for though is a transmission issue.
Oh, pretty bummed right now. I have a Chevy Traverse, okay? And I'm waiting on a tow truck to come pick her up, because I have a leak in my transmission, and I'm just dumbfounded a little bit that for a brand new vehicle, this will be her 4th time in the shop, and I'm just over it. I'm over it. I've had this car less than a year, less than half a year, and it's already spent a month in the shop. It's been to the shop 3 or 4 times prior to today, and now this baby is getting towed.
No warning, no noise, no snap, just vibration, and then no gears. Car sounds completely normal. Everything looks fine. It just won't move. And the Chevy Traverse owner said the thing that hits hardest, she's dumbfounded. Not angry, dumbfounded, because she's past anger at this point. 4th time in the shop, less than 6 months. Already spent a month of ownership without the car. A brand new vehicle. 1 month of her first 6 months at the dealership. Not being driven, being repaired. That's not ownership. That's a waiting room with monthly payment.
For the love of God, do not get a Kia, especially any Kia EV. So we got a Kia EV9 back in August of last year, coming in from a Chevy Bolt. Reason why we needed a different car was our family was growing, so we had a kid coming on the way. So we needed more space in the car for both of our kids and our family when we had to drive them from point A to point B, you know, family activities and all that fun stuff. So we got the car. Car's doing perfect, great, drives amazing. It's got a good range on it, spacious. It's a great car, can't complain. Until back in January, I had to charge the car, so I go charge the car. It stops charging at like 65%. I thought that was odd. So I called Electrify America. They reset the charger, and it kept stopping at like 65%. So I didn't have time, so I just unplugged and just finished about my day. So as I'm pulling out of the lot, I get a light on the car. It says battery management service. That was weird. Never popped up before. I didn't pay no mind to it, but I kept going on, along my way. So later that day, I go charge a car, and it won't charge past 60%. So I said, okay, this is weird. So I make an appointment with my local Kia dealership, the dealership where I went to go buy the car at. Take the car in. They had to do some recall work and all that stuff. And then they called me the next day, and they say, hey, your car's ready. It's charged 100%. You're good. Pick up the car, driving it. It's fine. All that fun stuff. But then I noticed that the range on the car was so low. I know the maximum range on the car was 300 miles and change. But I know it was wintertime, but during this little trip I was doing it during the winter, it was 200 miles on average. But now it's getting 100 miles on a full charge. And you know very well, where am I going to go? 100 miles is going, it's like a day trip. That makes no sense. So, but I said, you know what, maybe it's because it's cold. Let me just keep driving it. It'll probably fix itself. So then keep going. Same thing. But I start noticing that when I charge at home, it's at 10%. Usually from 10% to 100% takes about 12 hours at home. I have a level 2 charger. But I'm noticing that these charges, it's done in 5 hours, 7 hours. I'm like, that's quick. It's no way. So that hunch it's in the back of your head, but I'm like, it's winter. I'm sure when the weather gets warmer, everything will be fine. So last week, 2 weeks ago, there was an issue with the Kia Connect. It's, the app on the phone. And some of the folks on some of the groups are saying, hey, just unplug the 12-volt battery, and that should get the app working again. So I unplugged the 12-volt battery on the car, took a regular car battery, boom, pop it out, wait 5 minutes, pop it back in, and then the car was at 100%. When I plug it back in, the dash says 45%. And I'm like, wow, 45%? It was just 100%. So then I start fiddling with the screen and all that, and it says on the screen, hey, you're at 45%, but if you charge to 100%, you're going to be at 339 miles range. And I'm like, did I just find out what's going on? So I start like peeping through the Facebook groups and the Kia EV forums, and I start noticing there's like a whole trend going on that people are having issues with their batteries, that the battery pack starts having problems and all that fun stuff. So I make another service point with the same Kia dealership, bring it in, I drop it off at 30%. They plug it in, and I track it like a hound on my phone, because I can see how it's charging all that, and it charges from 30% to 100% in 5 hours. But that's a slower charger than the one in my house, so it's impossible. So the next day, the dealership calls me, and they're like, "Oh, your car's ready. It's good." And I'm like, "I don't think it's good, dude. Like, the miles is still at 130. Like, yeah, the miles is low, but there's gonna be an over-the-air update, so the update's gonna fix it." And I worked in cell phone stores. I know that's a BS excuse, because that's the stuff that we would use back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, no, I can't take a car like that. So, like, I asked him, well, did you guys check the battery to make sure, like, did you guys diagnose it? And the guy couldn't really answer it. So he's like, oh, one of our tech guys are coming in. But yeah, horrible experience. I mean, people are all complaining, like, before you go buy a Kia EV, go on the groups, go on the forums, go on Reddit, go on the Facebook groups for, like, the Kia, and you're going to see it's plagued with a lot of issues. Like, a lot of people with the EV9s are having issues with the tires. Some people are having issues with their instrument cluster, where it says the speeds and all that. It just goes black. And there are people that are waiting like months to get a repair. There are a lot of people that are getting like lemon buybacks on the car because the dealerships can't fix the issue. And it's so weird, because when you call Kia America for like a resolution, it's so weird. They're like, oh, well, we can't tell the service people what to do. We can't recommend anything for them. So what's the point? Like, when you go buy a car, it's all hunky-dory and like, oh, buy the car. You're going to be treated like family. You're all family. Our service people are great. They're going to take care of you. Bullshit. They're not going to take care of you. Do your due diligence before you buy any car, especially a Kia, because when you have a problem, they ain't going to want to help you. But when you want to go buy a car, they're going to be like, oh, nice. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. But when you have a problem, they're not going to want to service you. So right now I'm in the middle of all this with Kia, trying to get this resolved. But this TikTok right now is just to warn y'all, don't buy a Kia EV, because there's a lot of people with battery pack issues. They're not working. Kia can't get the batteries. Their service centers are absolutely atrocious for EVs. Like, they're not set up. They're not capable in servicing EVs. They should not be selling EVs, period. Some of the folks on this TikTok will probably tell you Kia shouldn't be selling cars in general. So take that for what you want. If you see, if you've had experience with Kia and stuff, put it in the comments. Let me know the issues you have with them, because at this point, I believe it,
Instrument clusters going black while driving. Battery packs failing. Months waiting for part. Lemon law buyback because the fix doesn't exist yet. And Kia America's official position: we can't tell the service department what to do. Think about that for 1 second. You bought the car from Kia. You have a problem with the car. You call Kia. Kia says they have no authority over the people responsible for fixing it. When you walk in to buy, your family, they'll take care of you. Best service. Great team. When you walk in with a problem, suddenly nobody knows anything and nobody can tell anybody anything. He said what everyone in this situation eventually figures out: do your due diligence before you buy, because once they have your money, the family reunion is over. Subscribe if you want to keep watching, and tell me in the comment, have you had a Kia or EV experience like this? Because based on this video, the comment section is about to be very honest.